This and Rocky 2.
As you remember, last week, we left Dr. Everett Von Scott tried to bring him back to life. Janet was pregnant, but with whose child? We continue the story.
Brad, darling. Oh, Brad, I'm having a craving. Can you get me something? I gotta have it.
Well, what do you want to eat, Janet?
Well, I know it's dark outside, but can you go out and get me something to eat?
Yes, I suppose so. What is it exactly that you want?
I want a deep-fried cucumber.
Deep-fried cucumber. Fine.
Brad went down to the car and set off down the road. It was a dark night, a lonely night, a stormy night.
Well, here I am, and I haven't been able to find anywhere that's got deep-fried cucumber. Oh, darn. Not another blowout.
Unfortunately, there was no castle around to use the phone, but down the road he saw their phone box.
Hello, yeah, is that the RACV? Look, I've got a flat tire. Maybe you could help me,
What exactly is your problem?
Driving all night, my hands wet on the wheel.
You're tuned to Hot Hip 3XY on the Franknfurter Radio Show, and now our story continues. Meanwhile, back at Dr. Von Scott's laboratory.
God in Himmel, I cannot bring Dr. Franknfurter back to life. It's all your fault, you stupid, dumb muscle man.
Slowly, he maneuvered his wheelchair through the laboratory.
I must find the one secret ingredient that is not there. I must go to the library.
Slowly, he maneuvered his wheelchair up the stairs. Into the library, he picked out the book, The Secret of Life. Going through to under C, he found the answer.
I've got it at last. It is a deep-fried cucumber that I am missing from my equipment. I must get it, and then I will be able to bring Dr. Franknfurter back to life.
Will Dr. Everett Von Scott bring Franknfurter back to life? Will Janet get her cravings satisfied? And when will Kylie Mole appear in All This and Rocky 2? Oh, that was great. Oh, I can't wait for tomorrow night's episode. But while we're waiting, let's have a record on Nipples.
Yeah, is this the Climax Line, is it?
It is.
I'd like to see Craig Huggins with a red-hot poker in his eye.
Thought you were going to say something else then. Okay, you shall have it. Come on, riffraff.
Yes.
Get out the red-hot poker.
That's a red-hot poker.
Yes.
Certainly, Red Master.
Here
it comes.
In his eye, riffraff. His eye.
Open up, Craig.
Don't say we don't give you what you want. You're tuned to 3XY, and this is Franknfurter's radio show. Have we any more calls?
Yeah, I just want to know, who's Kylie Mole?
Oh! Kylie, are you listening? The invitation is still out. Why don't you accept? Why don't you bend over and pick up the gauntlet, Kylie, and come on my show and talk to me? Stand up for yourself, Kylie. My word, you're number 2 on the English charts. Surely you can talk to me on the Franknfurter Radio Show. There's a whole public out there who want Kylie Mole, and I want to give them to you. Give her to you. Give them to whatever it is. Kylie, accept the invitation. Come on, or I'll whip you, Kylie. I'm going to whip you, Kylie, if you don't. Come on, Kylie.
Still tuned to the Climax Line
On Franknfurter's radio show, 3XY. Have we another caller?
Yeah, look, it's Mr. Wilson here again. Look, about this Friday 6 o'clock show. Look, my daughter's just come out of the bedroom and said that that's what she and her girlfriends are going to be doing next Friday. Now, quite frankly, I don't think the material that you've been saying on your radio show is of a very acceptable standard. And if she's going to come and see you...
Mr. Wilson,
Look,
may I interrupt you?
I'm talking.
Very, very repetitive.
Well, it might be true, mate, but if she's not going to come and see you parading around in underwear and suspender belts and a 6 o'clock show when they should be at home doing their homework...
I can't think of a better way to spend a Friday or Saturday evening. Okay, Now, listeners, if you want to write to me and tell you your own sexual problems, you can write to me, care of Frank's Forum. Yes, and it's on P.O. Box 1422, Melbourne 3000. So write to me and tell me all your little perverted problems, and we'll read them out on the air. Won't that be fun? Oh, well, I suppose out there in Radioland you're all thinking, lucky old Dr. Franknfurter. He gets to walk about for a couple of hours at night in stockings and suspenders. Then he gets to finish the show, go out on the town, champagne, Rolls Royces, groupies. But it's not true. Do you know what I do after I finish the show at night? I go home to write this crap. Okay, now if anybody does want to deliver some champagne, you can leave it at the stage door, courtesy of Dr. Franknfurter. Go. So we better unchain Craig. Huggy, darling, time for the chains to come off. Riff-raff, unchain him.
Yes, master.
And have you got a replacement eye there for him?
I think so. Here it is.
Oh, that's better. Yes, looks almost normal now.
Will you be back tomorrow night?
I'm afraid so, Huggy, for another episode of the Franknfurter Radio Show. But now I am getting on board the spaceship. Yes, I have to go. But remember, Earthlings, remember this one thing, Earthlings. Looks aren't everything, because you don't look at the mantelpiece when you're poking the fire. Don't dream it. Be it. Bye-bye, listeners. I'll see you tomorrow night on the Franknfurter Radio Show on Hot Hips 3XY. Open it. Can you see the selection of canes? Nice, long, springy, whippy canes. Yes, select your favorite cane. The longest one, the whippiest. Because we're going to do some basket weaving. Yes, folks, I thought a bit of occupational therapy for tonight. Basket weaving dreaming the other day, and this was my dream.
Oyez. The court is now in session. Judge Wilson presiding. Bring in the prisoner. Place him in the dock.
Oh, no, be gentle with me, please.
Franknfurter, you have been charged with running a public fantasy brothel in the state of Queensland. How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Very guilty.
Guilty is the charge. Therefore, you'll be, I think a public flogging is in order.
Oh, no.
20 lashes.
Oh, no.
And you will take me to a public place, pull up my robe, and administer the punishment.
Okay. Well, there we are. That was my dream. Silly, wasn't it? Okay. Be prepared for mega boredom because Molly Meldrum's coming back on the television. Yes, Molly Meldrum, the man who makes old rock stars look young. And while you're thinking about how boring that's going to be, here's a really up tune. Okay, lucky listeners, time for a cereal. And I'm not talking Fruit Loops, no. I'm not talking Sugar Puffs. I'm talking Honey Smacks, baby, because it's time for... All This and Rocky 2. The continuing story of Dr. Franknfurter and the world of Rocky Horror. In Dr. Scott's laboratory, a breakthrough had been made.
Keep him tied down, Rocky, so he cannot move. Welcome back to the land of the living, Dr. Franknfurter.
Oh, it's wonderful to be back. I need a mirror. What do I look like?
You have been rejuvenated, Doctor. Rocky, get the good doctor a mirror.
Oh, not bad at all. You'll never guess my age.
You look, dare I say it, beautiful.
Oh, I'm glad you haven't tampered with perfection. But I must get up. Why am I chained down? I must go on the comeback trail. Franknfurter's back in town. Meanwhile, on the planet transsexual, Riff-Raff and Magento, watch on the space monitor.
That meddling scientist has managed to bring Dr. Franknfurter back to life.
So what?
My dear sister, never underestimate Dr. Franknfurter.
But he's mad.
Exactly. Mad enough to conquer Earth. We must hurry to the spaceport. Across the jungles of transsexual riffraff magenta speed on their space bikes. They arrive at the space dock and look up at the massive Monogatron Nipple Blaster, the strange nipple-shaped spaceship that was to take them to Earth.
Where are we going, riffraff?
Across the universe. And as the spaceship took off, it changed from a brown color to a pink and then a hot purple as they went across the universe. On a lonely road outside Denton, Brad is still waiting.
It's been 3 days now. I suppose the RACV should come. Maybe I should ring Jen. Hello, Janet?
Oh, Brad! Brad, come quick! I'm going to have my baby! It's coming now!
Yeah,
That's right, yes, now, yes.
Brad, quick, come home!
Okay, here, I'll jog home now.
Will Janet's baby be born wearing makeup? Will Dr. Franknfurter become a star and maybe even get his own radio show? Who knows? Who cares? I know I don't. I'm just a voiceover man. Have you noticed my phony American accent? Yes, well, I'm paid to do it like that.
Shut up. Well, there we are, listeners. That was another episode of All This and Rockin' Too. Banal, isn't it? For the Climax Line. Yes, your chance to call me and tell me your little personal problems. Let's have a call.
Oh, yeah, like, the Climax Line, is it?
Yes,
Look,
that's right, yes.
Getting a bit hard to get through in this now. Look, I'm ringing up again, mate, from Boxville. I spoke to you last week.
Oh, hi.
Look, you mentioned on Friday about the Kylie Mole single. Look, I went out and bought it, and, well, I tried holding it up to the light to see the nipple that you were talking about. But it's made from cardboard, mate. You can't see a thing, and I was really nicked off, you know, because, well, like the uniform...
Libel suits are flying around town as Kylie Minogue's agents try to pin me down, but they can't. Did you know that if you play Kylie Minogue at 33, it sounds exactly like Rick Astley? Listen. So onwards and upwards into the night with the Climax Line. Another call, please.
Molly, Meldrum here,
Oh, hi, Molly, and what do you want to say? Pearls of wisdom from Molly Meldrum. To the Climax Line. Have we any more calls, Greg?
Yes, we've got another call. I'll put him to you right now.
Shit, put your teeth in place as well.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, look, it's Mr. Wilson here again. Look, stop cutting me off when I ring up. I've got something definitely I want to say to you.
Say it, Willie.
Mr. Wilson, none of this Willie business. Mr. Wilson's the name. Look, anyway, look, I think people like you, after the sort of thing that you've been saying on your show, should be taken out and given a public flogging.
Oh, how wonderful.
I think criminals like you should be dealt with by the public, and my daughter hasn't been the same.
Will there be a lot of people watching? And will you take all my clothes off?
What are you talking about?
The flogging.
Oh, look, that's the sort of thing that I don't think that we should be discussing on here on live radio.
Don't cry, babies. Don't cry. Well, I've got to go. Yes, it's that time of night again. Yes, but first of all, Craig. Oh, Craig. Coffee. Craig, you've got your finger in it. You've got your finger in my coffee, and we all know where you had that finger. Craig, take it away and get me another one. And have it here by the time I'm back again for tomorrow night's episode of the Franknfurter Radio Show. I'm getting into the spaceship. But hold on. Remember this, Earthlings. Don't use glad wrap when you can use lifestyle. Don't dream it. Be it. Here we go. Come on. No change tonight. We've got something different for you tonight. Riff-raff, get out the feather.
Yes, I will, Master. What do you want me to do?
Well, I think, Huggy, we're going to tickle your ass with a feather. You gonna what? It's particularly nasty weather, isn't it? Half-inch 3XY.
And it's that time of night again. Yes, close the door, dim down the lights, tell Mummy and Daddy you're doing your homework, because we're going to get out some leather. Yes, you know, the leather you keep in your bedroom. And the whip, we're going to get out the whip. The spurs, put the spurs on the back of your boots. Ooh, lovely. Because we're going for a little trot. Yes, it's riding lessons with Dr. Franknfurter. Yes, Dr. Franknfurter always guarantees a great ride. Dreamed the other day, and it went like this. Here I am, the Queen of England. What a wonderful thing to be, sitting here all day on my throne, playing with my baubles. But I'm bored. I'm so bored. It's tough at the top.
He's going to let him, would you like another £6 million?
Take it away. I'm bored with money. Oh, I don't know. I think being a queen would be really boring. In that sort of queen, anyway. You can stuff sovereignty. I'm going to stick to being a bold and brash transvestite, because that's who I am, Dr. Franknfurter, and you're listening to the Franknfurter Radio Show on Hot Hip 3XY. Okay, lucky listeners, time for a cereal. And I'm not talking Fruit Loops, no. I'm not talking Sugar Puffs. I'm talking Honey Smacks, baby, because it's time for a continuing story of Dr. Franknfurter and the world of Rocky Horror. As you remember, Janet's child was born, and Riff Raff and Magenta was speeding across the galaxy in the Monogratron Nipple Blaster, trying to keep abreast of events. We go now to Dr. Scott's laboratory.
Rocky, release Dr. Franknfurter.
I was quite getting used to the chains.
How come you can be such a pervert and get away with it?
Because I got balls, honey.
You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. It's great. It's great. Call the fire.
You're tuned to Hot Hips 3XY, and now the continuing saga of...
All this and Rocky 2.
Meanwhile, in downtown Denton...
Oh, Brad, darling, you're home at last. Look at the baby. Isn't he cute?
Boy, that was a long run.
Don't pant, darling. You'll frighten him.
Janet, that's a cute kid. But is that a tattoo on his arm?
Is this Brad's son, or is it the son of Franknfurter? Will Riff Raff and Magenta reach Earth in the Monogratron Nipple Blaster? And how long can we go on flogging these tit jokes? Tune in tomorrow night for...
All this and Rocky 2.
Okay, it's time for the Climax Line. Your chance to ring me with your little problems. Greg, have we any calls?
Yes, the switchboard's just gone berserk. I'll put the first caller through to you right now, Frankie.
Thanks, honey.
Yeah, look, mate, I'll ring it up from Box Hill again. Look, you're talking about Kylie Mole before. Look, you said that you have thrown down the gauntlet and told her to pick it up. I actually thought that was a little bit quite fun. I hope she was in a uniform at the time. Anyway, listen, when is she going to be on the show, mate?
Kylie, are you out there? Are you listening? It's Franknfurter here to torment you. You must come on my show. You're such a good speaker. I've read about you in interviews. You're wonderful. Listen, here's a quote.
I consider myself very lucky. A lot of people would die to do what I am.
Die to do what you are.
So I might as well do it while I can. I suppose I'd like a bit more time to myself to do the normal things in life that you've got to do. Things like going to the Medicare office.
Kylie, are you sick, darling? Is that why you won't come on my show? Please, please contact me soon. Please acknowledge me. I feel like a fan, but I am. I'm a Kylie Minogue fan. Will she come on the show? Stay tuned to the Franknfurter Radio Show to find out. Okay, fantasists, back to the Climax Line. Another caller, please.
Hello, Climax Line, is it? Look, I wanted to ask you about this. Look, I've got this thing. I like looking at my next-door neighbour, especially when he's taking a shower. And, well, especially when he's sort of in the shower with his German Shepherd at the same time. I mean, the things those two do together, it's, well, quite amazing. And I've got 2 questions. I want to know if that's normal, because, like, other times I see him walking around the backyard in gumboots and a G-string, and he plays with this pet sheep that he's got. Now, I mean, it's strange, really. I mean, don't you...
Oh, it's so boring. This is all so normal. Can't you ring me about something perverted? Next caller, please.
Yeah, look, it's Mr. Wilson here again.
Oh, Willie.
Look, I've got this bit of a problem now, and I do think maybe you should give me a bit of an answer on this one. Look, my daughter was at school the other day, and the teacher rang up from the staff room and wanted to know if I'd given her permission to influence the other children to go to this 6 o'clock Friday show. Now, look, I know what happened last time. Now, look, I've seen people like you in magazines dressing up in women's clothing.
Have you, Willie? Now, how did you manage to see people like me in magazines?
Well, it was at the office at work. Anyway, look,
I'm not going to let you off the hook that easily, Willie. Come on. Have you got them hidden under your bed?
Well, I thought it was good to do some sort of research on people like you, since you're having such an effect on my daughter. Because, quite frankly, I think she'd be back in that...
Right. I've got a few things to tell you first. Now, remember, you can write to Frank's Forum and tell me all about anything you want to. I'll talk to you back on the air, live, myself, Dr. Franknfurter. The address is P.O. Box 1422, Melbourne 3000, and of course that's 3XY, home of Hot Hip. You're going to be... You're putting on a bit of weight, Craig. Okay, enough of it. Back to transsexual. We'll get the spaceship ready, because I have to go. Yes, it's time for me to go. Thank you, Huggy. You've been a darling. Putting on a little bit of weight there, Huggy. Okay, into the spaceship. But remember this, Earthlings. If you're feeling like an animal, play with your pussy. Don't bring it to this. Hi, Huggy.
Not again.
Huggy.
I've had enough. No, out.
Kiss you. Baby, come here. Oh, I can feel your lover's grips round the back there. Huggy, get your tongue out of my mouth. Excuse me, listeners. Huggy, get your hand away from there. Darling. Huggy, get away and get some coffee. I've got to get on with my show. Yes, and this is the Franknfurter Radio Show here on Hot Hips 3XY. And tonight I'm going to talk about, guess what? Kylie Mole. I think she's getting an awful lot of publicity these days, but I don't mind adding to it, because I've noticed something else about her record cover. Yes, the record cover of her single, I Should Be So Lucky. If you hold it up to the light, if you turn it over, you can see something else. Not just her nipple, but lower down, you can see just the very top of her map of Tasmania. Oh, Kylie, your map of Tasmania. You didn't show that to us at Bali, did you? So you're listening to 3XY, and it's the Franknfurter Radio Show, and it's a Wednesday night, and, who are you?
My name's Constable Smith, and I've got a warrant here for your arrest.
What for?
Well, as a result of this particular radio show, we've had several complaints lodged down at the local courthouse, and as a result, you, Mr. Franknfurter, are under arrest.
Oh, you're so dumb and...
That's right, so just accompany me, thanks to the police car.
Oh, I love a man in
now, look,
uniform.
just get in the car, will you, thanks?
Can I get on the back of your motorbike?
No, look, stop struggling, will you?
Let's ride, baby.
Just get your hand off my leather, will you, please? Excuse me, stop touching me like that.
Oh, I love something hot and throbbing between my legs.
Oh, I'm down.
It was my dream. Pathetic, wasn't it? Right on, deviants. Well, it's that time of night again. Time for a cereal. And I'm not talking Fruit Loops. I'm not talking Sugar Puffs. I'm talking Honey Smacks, baby, because it's time for...
As you remember from last night's episode, Janet Weiss had given birth to an unearthly child. Rip Raff and Magento was speeding towards Earth on a mission of evil, and Dr. Scott had just brought the insane Franknfurter back to life. Our story continues.
Red, darling, what should we call our little baby?
Well, what is it, Janet, a boy or a girl?
It's a little hard to tell.
Well, if it's a boy, we'll call him Brad Jr.
And if she's a girl?
Well, I've always liked Kylie.
Kylie?
Okay, well, we'll make it Suzanne.
1,000,000 miles away, there was a titter in the galaxy as a strange nipple-shaped spaceship, the Meldrum nipple blaster, moved towards Uranus.
Riff-raff, darlings. Are we going the right way?
No, dear sister, we're going to plunge into Uranus.
Sounds wonderful.
And in Dr. Scott's laboratory...
Franknfurter, can I trust you to live as an ordinary citizen of Earth?
No way, baby. The world's gone square since I've been away. It's time to let it all hang out, so pull your trousers down, Scotty. Will Janet's baby be called Kylie? Will Riff Raff pull out from Uranus? And what devilish plan has Frankie got for the world? Tune in for tomorrow night's episode of...
All this and Rocky, too.
No doubt know. In fact, everyone in the universe knows Kylie Minogue is #1 in England. Well, if Kylie can do it, so can I.
Your record cover, I'm holding it up to the light. Your night dress seems to ripple, and then I see your nipple. Your nipples are a beautiful sight. It gives me such a titillation, makes me think of masturbation. Oh, baby, will you come on tonight? I'm screaming, come on the radio, the Franknfurter Show. I'd like to play with you. I'm sure you'd like to too. I can see your nipples, Kylie Minogue. I can see your nipples right now. I can see your nipples, 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 nipples. I can see your nipples right now. I feel that titillation when I read your revelation. I climax over every line. I saw you on the beach at Bali, and now I'm going crazy. Your memories are all in the mind. The light is getting hazy, my right hand's getting lazy. Your record cover's stuck on my mind. I'm screaming, come on the radio, the Franknfurter Show. I'd like to play with you. I'm sure you'd like to too. I can see your nipples, Kylie Minogue. I can see your nipples right now. I can see your nipples, 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 nipples. I can see your nipples right now. Nipple. Oh, nipple.
Oh, Kylie, who needs a 12-inch stop when you got me, baby? I'll do the breaststroke with you in Bali anytime you like. Oh, so remember,
come on the radio, the Franknfurter Show. I'd like to play with you. I'm sure you'd like to screw. I can see your nipples, Kylie Minogue. I can see your nipples right now. I can see your nipples, 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 nipples. I can see your nipples right now. Oh, I can see your nipples, Kylie Minogue. Oh, nipples right now. Nipples, Kylie. To me, I can see your nipples right now. And they're peeping through your nightdress, baby.
All right, perverts, it's fantasy time. Yes, it's time for you to call me with your fantasy because it's time for, yes, you've guessed it, the Climax Line. Now, tell me your little problems. And, Greg, have we any calls?
Yes, Frankie, the switchboard's just gone berserk. I'll put the first caller through to you right now.
Hello, Franknfurter, and this is the Climax Line.
Yeah, mate, look, I'm ringing from Tasmania. I normally ring from Box Hill. Actually, I was going to ask you about Kylie Minogue's map of Tasmania. Or was it her Box Hill?
Any more calls?
Yeah, look, it's Mr. Wilson here, mate. Look, I've been listening to this program, and it is getting worse and worse, and quite frankly, what I did was I went out and did something constructive with my time. I've got involved being a leader with the Girl Guides. Now, sorry?
Yeah, I said.
Well, yeah, right, something constructive. Anyway, we've been out camping, and I thought it was pretty good when I was teaching those girls how to make the fire. All those little brownies, as they were bending over with the kindling.
Oh, so disgusting. Any more calls?
Hello, is that the Climax Line?
Franknfurter speaking.
Yes, actually, I've got a little bit of a lump on my chest, actually. Actually, I've got two, and they've got these little brown football stops on the end of them. Have I got a problem? Look, I've got a bit of a problem, and I'm really upset.
Calm down, darling.
Well, my day's been going really bad, and things are getting, quite depressing.
Why don't you pinch yourself there?
Well, I'm not feeling all that good, you see, because, well, look, things are just not going for me, and...
Well, what's the matter? Tell me.
Well, look, this is the Good Samaritan line, isn't it?
No, this is the Franknfurter Radio Show. Sorry.
No!
Little rag beat magazine that is so bad they can't even sell it. They have to give it away. Well, I've got a little tip for you. I know a lot of you at home use it in the lavatory when you run out of loo paper, but don't, because it's full of crap already. Yes, Steve Pedley, I'm on to you. I know your name, Wednesday Cock, and I'm after you. Don't worry, you've only got another 3 weeks of torment with Franknfurter on his very own radio show. The Revenge of Franknfurter. Yes, it's the real thing. I'm down at the Comedy Theatre where we're doing the Rocky Horror Show. Our 6 o'clock shows were just bursting full of little prepubescent children. Oh, it was so good. Wonderful. Now listen, this week I want to do something special. Why don't we all dress up? Yes, it's hot weather. Get out your mummy's suspendies and put them on. And I tell you what, if you're a really good dress-up, one of our spooks will give you a free autographed album of the Rocky Horror Show. Autographed by me, Dr. Franknfurter, the star of the show. Yes, let's move along to another record. I've got to go.
Don't.
Yes, I have to. Yes, Craig, you'll have to wait till tomorrow night before I'll do something naughty to you again.
24 hours?
I'm afraid so, but it's all right. You can play with yourself a little bit in between if you want to. Okay, I'm getting into the spaceship.
Oh, don't.
Yes, I'm going. And remember this, Earthlings. Never mind the quality. Feel the width. Don't dream it. Be it.
Champions come for a ride on transsexual airwaves. The night is young, we're gonna have some fun. Dig it on Hot Hits 3XY.
It's the hardest man working in show business today. It's Franknfurter on the Franknfurter Radio Show. And here's Frankie.
I'm back. Hi, Craig. Frank. Now, I noticed yesterday you were a little bit grubby when I was fiddling around with you, so we're going to give you a little bubble bath tonight. Come on, Riffraff, get out the bubble bath. Yes, Master. Come on. Oh, I love it. All those bubbles. Ooh, now I've got to wash between your legs. Huggy, come on, open them up. That's a good boy. Oh, I love bubbles. One prick and they're gone. Francis. It's that time of night again, so dim down the lights, close the door. Tell Mummy and Daddy you're doing your homework, because we're going to do something naughty. Okay, I'll do it at the same time, so you can follow along with me. Now I'm in here in the studio, and I'm slowly pulling down my panties. Ooh, doesn't that feel good? Are you doing the same thing? Okay, are you going to put your hand down and hold it? Yes, you know what I mean when I say it. Yes, it's the Kylie Mole record cover. Full-time fantasists. And I had another dream the other day. Ooh, it was a little bit scary. I was in hospital having an operation, and this is what happened.
Okay, Mr. Franknfurter, feeling a little bit crook, are we? Okay, look, I'll just put the curtain around the bed like that and slip down the sheet.
Can you move the bedpan?
Oh, yes, it's a little bit on the nose, isn't it? Okay, now, you're wearing suspenders and stockings.
Yes, I know.
Okay, well, look, I've just got to pull those down. Yes, there we go. Okay, now, look, I've got to ladder up the little area there to get rid of that little hair. And I've got the razor here.
And sharp, be careful with it, won't you?
Yes, well, I've got to cut the hair off, don't I?
Show on Hot Hits 3XY. It's time for a cereal. Yes, and I'm not talking Fruit Loops. I'm not talking Honey Smacks. I'm talking Sugar Puffs. Yes, because it's time for...
All this and Rocky too.
As you remember from last night's episode, Riff Raff was pulling out from Uranus, and Franknfurter was showing signs of megalomania. Meanwhile, in downtown Denton, things were not going well.
Darling, our baby's growing up so quickly. You're telling me, Janet. I caught that little rascal in your underwear drawer this morning. Oh, that's wicked. I don't let anyone in my drawers. Are you sure about that, Janet? Would I lie to you?
On the other side of the galaxy, the Monogatron Nipple Blaster crash landed on Uranus. Oh, Magenta, are you all right? No. What is that awful smell? My dear sister, Uranus always smells like that. And on a road towards Denton, the dumb muscle man Rocky pushes Dr. Scott's disabled car. Inside, Scotty sits bemused while Franknfurter is at the wheel. How do you change gear in this thing? And maybe it's, this one. Frankie, my God, Frankie, you've just pulled my visa. You should be so lucky. Will Frankie get off with Dr. Scott? Is Janet's child a transvestite? And how many more Uranus jokes can we squeeze out? It can only get better, so tune in tomorrow night for All This and Rocky 2. Terrible. I love it. I listen every night. On my spaceship on the way back, I have it pre-recorded. It's the best thing on the radio. The Franknfurter Radio Show, that is, of course, on Hot Hits 3XY. It's time for the Climax Line. Yes, lucky listeners, your chance to phone me with your little problems. Have we any calls, Greg?
Yes, the switchboard's gone absolutely crazy, Frankie, and here's the first call. Look, it's Mr. Wilson here again. Look, I really do. Look, I don't like the way you hang up on me, by the way. Now, look, I was talking about how I've got involved with the brownies and everything. And personally, I think a bloke like you should get involved in something like that because I think if you did a few good deeds, what I'd like to do is be in a position to be able to pin something really good on your chest for a good deed.
Oh, I see. What, you mean a little prick on my chest?
Oh, you're disgusting.
Okay, next caller.
Is it the Climax Line? Look,
promising.
Fine. Look, is Craig Huggins still in the bubble bar?
Yes.
Well, I think he should stick his head down the toilet.
Okay, listeners, don't tell us we don't give you what you want. Here we go. Craig? Oh, look, he's got a copy of Beat magazine floating around in there with him. Okay, next caller.
Yeah, is that the Climax Line, is it?
Yes, Dr. Franknfurter speaking.
Look, I want to say this, mate. Look, I actually think that Shirl and Kylie are one and the same person.
I beg your pardon?
What?
Shirl and Kylie?
Yeah, look, I've thought about this because they've both got blonde hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, look, they're both in show business, right?
Yes, that's true. Yes, and they're both Australian.
Exactly. And really, both of them can't sing.
Oh, that's not true. Yes, my chance to use my airtime to tell you all about the Rocky Horror Show at the Comedy Theatre. Oh, we're having a marvelous time down there. Packed houses, lots of little girlies and little boilies, all wandering around dressed up in suspenders. Oh, and remember our competition. If you turn up on this Friday matinee at 6 o'clock, dressed up in your mother's underwear, and you're the best, we're going to give you a prize. Yes, one of the spooks before the show will hand you an autographed Rocky Horror Show album, autographed by me, Dr. Franknfurter, the master of the universe. Go back to transsexual. Yes, I've got to go, but first we'll get Craig out. Oh, I'll just give you a little bit more of a wash, Craig.
Frank, they're not bubbles.
Craig, really. Now I'm going to get into the spaceship.
Oh, don't go.
Yes, I have to go, but remember this, Earthlings. It doesn't matter if you've got a little wand, as long as you've got a lot of magic.
I'll be
Don't dream it. Be it. And remember to tune in tomorrow night for the Franknfurter Radio Show on Hot Hips 3XY.
Time of the day again, yes, for the most controversial show on radio. Yes, folks, it's the Franknfurter Radio Show, and here's Frankie.
Hi, deviants. Here I am again. Yes, it's another week, and we've got a great show lined up for you tonight. But Craig, I have a bone to pick with you. Craig was responsible for some of the more awful records that were played last week. Yes, you were, Craig. I don't want to mention it, but I think I have to. Creedence Clearwater Revival.
No.
So your punishment, Craig, is we're going to make you listen to 12 minutes of Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Anything but Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Riff-raff, chain him up.
No, please.
Now get the headphones.
No, the headphones.
Yes, suffer, baby, suffer. I'm doing it my way on Hot Hips 3XY on the Franknfurter Radio Show. Well, I had another dream the other day. Yes, it was a great dream to start off with, but it turned sour. I dreamt that I was asked to be in Neighbours, and it went something like this. Oh, no, we don't have dressing rooms on this show, mate. You get changed in the street. Oh, but all my public will see me. Oh, you don't worry about that, mate. You're an actor, aren't you? You've been an actor? Yeah, well, you don't need to rehearse, mate. We'll just go straight into the scene, okay? But I need my rehearsal. What about my makeup? Oh, you look fine, mate. You look fine. He looks fine, doesn't he? Yeah, he looks fine.
Yeah, he looks fine to me, mate. Yeah, fine.
So, well, where's the location? Where are we shooting my premiere scene? Oh, I think we'll shoot it, here. Right, set up the lights. Here we go. Roll it. Action. But I haven't rehearsed. Oh, Jesus. These pommy whingers, mate, I don't know. Get him off the set. Oh, no, but I want to be a star. No, get him.
Off, mate.
Yeah,
nick off your pommy mongrel with the...
And that was it. Inane, wasn't it? Okay, my deviant fantasists, due to the overwhelming response to my radio show, that's the Franknfurter Radio Show on Hot Hips 3XY, we've got some people you thought were dead coming on the show. Yes, we'll be talking to Don Lane this week, and Molly, Meldrum, yes. Aren't they brave? They're coming on the Franknfurter Radio Show. And we've also got Clive Robertson. Crawl. We have to do that in case he slanders us on his TV show. Yes, and we've also got Kylie. Not Kylie Minogue. Not yet. She hasn't picked up the gauntlet yet. But we do have Kylie Mole from the comedy company. She'll be talking to me later in the week.
Hey, how long's this song gonna go?
You've got another 6 minutes of Creedence Clearwater Revival. I'll teach you to put rubbish on my show, Craig. Time for a cereal, and I'm not talking Honey Smacks. I'm not talking Sugar Puffs. I'm talking Fruit Loops, because it's time for...
All this and Rocky too.
As you remember from last week's episode, chaos reigned, and I'll just leave it at that. Meanwhile, on Uranus, Riff-Raff and Match were stranded.
My dear sister, there has been no answer to my distress call. We are stuck here forever.
Wait, Riffy. What is that noise?
My God, it's a blue police box.
Yes, they had at last encountered Doctor Who. Story continues. Meanwhile, in downtown Denton, Brad is questioning Franknfurter.
And another thing, Frankie, did you bonk Janet?
Why, yes, of course.
Why, you low-down son of a bitch! Take this! And that!
Do it again!
And this!
Oh, harder!
Best shot, too! And that!
Will Brad realize that Frankie enjoys pain? And why has the scriptwriter brought Doctor Who into the serial? Does this mean he's run out of ideas? Definitely not. Tune in tomorrow night for...
This and Rocky too.
Amazing, as they used to say in the 70s. So let's have a 60s song. Lola. Yes, I'm feeling kinky tonight. Ooh.
The song's just finished.
Oh, Craig, you think I was going to let you off the hook that easily? No, Credence is finished, but Riff Raff, get out the bottom of Tubular Bells.
No, not Tubular Bells.
Yes, the whole thing. Both sides. Put it on, Riffy. That should keep him quiet for a few hours. Okay, now, fantasists, it's time for the Climax Line. Yes, your chance to ring me with your little problems. And, Greg, have we any calls?
Yes, Frank, the switchboard once again has just gone absolutely berserk, and here's your first caller right now.
Hello, Franknfurter here, Climax Line.
Climax Line, is it? Look, I just want to say, I really love you, Frankie. I love you more than anyone in the whole world.
A fan? Ooh, yes. Do you love me with all your heart and soul?
Yep.
Do you think I'm the most beautiful transvestite in the whole world?
Yep.
Do you think my lips are like rose petals?
Yep.
Oh, you say the most beautiful things. Okay, any more calls? Hello, Franknfurter here.
Yeah, hi, my name's Brian Swallow. Look, I don't mean to try and spoil your fun or anything, but I think it's about time you took the opportunity to have and discuss something with a little more depth and social meaning than the size and rosy colour of Kylie Minogue's nipple.
Oh.
I mean, world stock markets are falling, there's conflict in the Middle East, AIDS is rampant, Ronald Reagan holds the power of life and death, we strip our forests, rape our land, dirty our water. Now, come on, don't make fun of it. I mean, this is quite serious. The whole basis of our democratic system that we live under requires that we're all, every one of us, informed and aware of what's going on.
Oh, I love being ticked off. Hi, Groovers. You're tuned to Hot Hips 3XY, and this is the Franknfurter Radio Show. So have we any more calls on the Climax Line?
Look, it's Mr. Wilson here again. Look, I actually was listening to your program the other night. I could hear it coming through my daughter's door. And I mean, what you did to that poor girl, Kylie Minogue. I mean, there she is. She's 19 years old. She's pure. She still lives with her mother. And that's, you know, what I'd like my daughter to be doing, living with a family, setting an example. But I've got a bit of a question for you. Look, have you got any more tickets to that 6 o'clock show on Friday?
Go away. Murphy time on the Franknfurter Radio Show.
Not the bass guitar, please. Anything.
Poor Craig has suffered enough. He's listened to enough Tubular Bells. Take the record off, Riff Raff. Yes, master. Okay. Come on, let's kiss and make up, Huggy.
I can't, Frankie. My lips are chapped.
Well, one more chap won't hurt them.
I'm down. Thank you, man.
Craig, what have you been up to this week? You're looking awfully tired. Don't just stand there and look at me. You're supposed to be a DJ. You're supposed to be able to talk spontaneously.
Well,
I found you out, haven't I? Huggy can't talk. He's not a person at all. He's a robot.
I'll pull the string in his back.
Hothead 3XY, and this is Craig Huggins. Here's another record.
That's all he can say. Okay. Now, if you want to win a free albottom, this is what you do. You ring the Oh, no, you don't. You ring the music guarantee line. And Craig, the number is?
Hi, Hothead 3XY. This is Craig.
No, the number. Pull the string again, please.
11515.
11515, right.
Well done. Okay, and the album is? I've absolutely no idea. So it's a mystery album. I wonder what it is. Ring up and find out. You could win Tubular Bells or Creedence Clearwater Revival. Who knows? Okay, but now it's time for me to go. It's that time of night again. Yes. I must, I'm afraid, yes. I'm stepping into the spaceship. But remember this, Earthlings. Hold my hand. I'm a strange-looking parasite. Don't dream it. Be it. And remember to tune in tomorrow night for the Franknfurter Radio Show on Hot Hips 3XY.
Come on, everybody.
All right, you deviants. Come for a ride on transsexual airwaves. The night is young. We're going to have some fun. Dig it on Hot Hips 3XY.
Franknfurter Radio Show from Box Hill to Broadmeadows, from Dermana to Dandenong, and here's Frankie.
Hi, deviants. Yes, here I am again. Craig, time to get out of that chair, baby.
I bought some stockings, Frankie.
No good, baby, because we've made an executive decision, Riff Raff and I. Riff Raff, get out the laser gun. Yes, master. We're going to destroy you, Craig. Yes, see what's inside you, cut you up, use you for experiments. Yes, and it'll all happen on this show tonight, the Franknfurter Radio Show on Hot Hips 3XY.
You mean you're gonna kill him? What's his crime?
Here it comes, Riffy. Do it. There we are. That's better, isn't it? Okay, it's time for me to tell you about my dream. Yes, I had another one of those dreams, and it went something like this. I was on Miss World.
Here we are at the Miss World competition for 1988. Thank you, Miss Venezuela. Our next contestant is number 267 from Transsexual, I think it is, Miss Franky. The question we have for you is...
Yes.
What is your hope for the world?
I hope that everyone does naughty things to each other and dresses up in stockings and suspenders and even use whips and chains and, basically just gets as perverted as they can.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay,
No, I haven't finished yet.
Yes, thank you.
But don't you want to hear more?
We must consult the panel now. Okay, we have the votes in. Yes. Okay, now the outright winner for the 1988 Miss World competition
It's me, yes.
Miss Sophie Papadopoulos from South Africa. And the ultimate loser is Frankie from Transsexual.
Yes, and that was my dream. Thank God it isn't true. Banal, wasn't it? Okay, now there are still some seats available for the early shows of the Rocky Horror Show, 6 o'clock, Friday and Saturday. So don't go into town and get bored and have a Big Mac. Have a long hot dog with Dr. Franknfurter at the Rocky Horror Show. That was the plug out of the way. And now I'm going to tell you about what's coming up this week on my show. I know you're all dying to know. Well, we've resurrected Molly Meldrum from the grave. Yes, we found him running a hair-restoring clinic in Brunswick. And we asked him to come back on the comeback trail and come back in the studio on the phone and talk to us. He'll be talking to us later this week. Yes, and we've got Don Lane, of course, coming up. You remember Don Lane? Okay, let's fiddle around with Huggy for a bit. All right, dreamers, it's time for the cereal. And I'm not talking Weetabix, I'm not talking Sugar Puffs, I'm talking cornflakes. Because it's time for...
All this and Rocky, too.
As you remember from last night's episode, well, of course you remember, so I don't need to tell you. So the story continues. Deep in space, inside a strange telephone box, Riff Raff and Madge get to know Doctor Who.
What's your name again?
Who?
What?
Who's my name?
Don't you mean what's your name?
Just ask me that.
He's deranged.
He's a scientist.
Then get him to repair the Monogotron nipple blaster.
I thought it was Who.
It is.
What?
Not what, who?
Oh, who cares? Here's the Who.
Meanwhile, in Denton, things are not going well for Brad.
Time to turn the tables, Brad, baby. You see this? You remember this? This long thing in my hands? My whip? Yes.
Honestly, sometimes I feel like a circus animal.
You're not an animal, Brad. You're an insect, and you'll obey my every command.
Okay.
What has Frank got in store for Brad? Pleasure or pain?
Now?
No, not now.
Who is Doctor Who, and will Madge become his sexy assistant? Will Franknfurter team up with the Daleks and conquer Earth? How stupid can this get? Stay listening to find out on...
All this and Rocky, too.
I have to applaud myself on that. I thought that was a great episode. The power of hype.
I know the Climax Line. A chance to ring me.
And do we have any calls, Greg?
Yes, Frankie, the switchboard lights are flashing, so here's your first call.
Hello, Franknfurter here.
Yes, it's
Carol Minogue here. Look, I'm ringing from London. We're having a wonderful time. We're at the office party here in the foyer of Australia House. Look, can you take your hand out of my skirt, please?
You're speaking to Kylie.
Oh, look, yes, and we've rented a new apartment in Earl's Court.
So when you bring out the next record then,
yeah, look, we stop doing that. Cut it out.
Thanks, Carol. That was fascinating. We all know you're having a wonderful time being the toast of England. But we don't want to know about that because we're having a glamorous time here too, aren't we, listeners? On Hot Hips 3XY. Have we any more calls?
What a lot of your listeners don't understand is that none of what they probably consider as their basic human rights are listed in our Constitution or protected by law at all.
I shouldn't even understand what you're saying.
For the first time in Australia's history, a process of constitutional review has been undertaken with the setting up of the Constitutional Commission.
Yes, so what? What's the point, dear?
Well, we all get a chance to get involved. It's directed by and through the community and allows all Australians to participate by giving opinions about change through submissions and public hearing. And finally, we'll be able to cast our votes in a referendum later on in the year.
So what you're saying is we can all shout about what we don't like about Australia?
Well, we can all get involved.
I'd like to get involved with you, Brian. Brian? Oh, he's gone. Okay, have we any more calls?
Hell, it's Mr. Wilson here.
Oh, really?
Listen, mate, I'll tell you what, I had a big afternoon, had a bit of a barbie down the Yarra.
Sound like it, too.
Oh, mate, I had a great time here. Look, I got the gear on now. I'm walking up and down the aisles at work.
What gear are you talking about?
Oh, you know, a little bit of a cosy, you know, like what you wear up on that show thing that you do.
Really?
Oh, mate, I tell you what, it's been absolutely great. You know, listen, I got someone I want to bounce off you. Listen, I want to know if you think I've got a future in the sort of work that you do. Listen to this, oh, just a sweet transvestite from...
Only one person does that. That's me, Franknfurter, mistress of the universe, queen of the galaxy. And you're listening to him now on Hot Hips 3XY, the Franknfurter Radio Show.
How do I see you, my faithful handyman? It's just a little brought down because when you knocked here, thought you were the candy man, didn't you, freaky? Don't get strung out by the way I look. Don't judge a book by its cover. I'm not much of a man by the light of day, but by night I'm one hell of a lover. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Let me show you a rhyme, baby. Play with signs. You look like you're both pretty groovy. And if you want something visual, that's not too abysmal, we could take in an old Stevie Reeves movie.
I'm glad we caught you at home. Could we use your phone? We're both in a bit of a hurry.
Right.
We'll just say where we are and go back to the car. We don't want to be any worry.
So you got caught with a flat. Well, how about that, huh? Well, babies, don't you panic. By the light of the night, it'll all seem all right. I'll fix you a satanic mechanic. I'm just a sweet transvestite. Ooh, tacky honey from transsexual Transylvania. Why don't you stay for the night? Or maybe a bite. I can show you my favorite obsession. I've been making a man with blonde hair and a tan, and it's good for relieving my tension. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. I'm just a sweet transvestite. Whip it up together, baby, from transsexual Transylvania. So, come up to the lab and see what's on the slab. I see you shiver with anticipation. But maybe the rain is really to blame. So I'll remove the cause.
But not the symptom. Hi, group. For some more Climax Line here on Hot Hips 3XY, and I'll take another call.
Hello, is that the Climax Line, is it?
It is, yes.
Listen, I got a little question for you.
Are you an exotic, sort of Mediterranean type?
I'm a continental, yes.
Dusky, are you?
A little bit, yes. It's so cute, I love it. Listen, do you think that kissing is unhealthy?
Well, I couldn't say. I've never been,
You've never been kissed?
No, I've never been sick, stupid. Okay. Huggy, darling heart, duckety poos.
Yes? What?
Riff-raff, I think we'd better give Huggy some tablets, some hormone tablets, to get him rebalanced again. Otherwise, he won't be right for his next hour. Get out the funnel. Riff-raff, that's right. Cram them down his throat. Okay. How do you feel now?
Oh, listen, we got a winner for the album, by the way, for XY.
Oh,
yeah, no.
Lovely butch. Say dominant.
Thanks, Frank.
Okay, it's time for me to go now.
Don't go, Frankie!
Yes, I'm afraid I must.
Frankie!
Yes, I'm getting into the spaceship. But remember this, Earthlings. If you get kicks with flirting with danger, then kick her in the head and rearrange her. Thank you, Lou. Don't dream it. Here. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow night for the Franknfurter Radio Show.
Okay, Master. Oh, he's got very short legs, Master.
Oh, Huggy, you look divine. Now slap a bit of makeup on him. Ooh, and I might get you to do a striptease later on. I'm in trouble. Oh, no, maybe I'll get flogged publicly or something. Yes, Mushroom Records are furious with me for my Nipple Song. And they spoil sports. I'm sure Kylie doesn't mind. You don't mind, do you, Kylie? I gather she listens to my show every night. She's not supposed to. Channel 10 have told her not to, but I bet she does. Yes, and talking of newspapers, Beat Magazine. Well, there was such a stunning reaction at Beat Magazine to all the calls you gave to Steve Piddley about his article in Beat that I want you to call them again, and I'll give you the number again, so get your pens. It's 417-5366. And if you can't talk to Steve Piddley, then talk to Rob First, the editor, or Rowena Webber. They'll be delighted to talk to you, I'm sure. Thanks, Pete. Okay, then. Oh, a nightmare. Ooh, I was on an aeroplane, and it went like this. Hesty.
Yes.
Have you got my drink?
Oh, yeah. Bloody Mary, wasn't it, sir?
That's right, then.
Okay, yeah.
Do you want to tighten my seatbelt a bit? Okay.
What's the hand?
Excuse me, Hesty. I wonder if I could have a little look in the cockpit.
Well, actually, sir, we have a female pilot in this particular aircraft, and we don't call it the cockpit, we call it the box office.
Oh, I see. How cute. Okay. Can we go up there now?
Oh, yes, certainly.
Oh, hi, ladies. Oh, isn't it high up here?
Hello.
And what are all these gauges and things? Is that your altimeter, is it?
Yes, that just goes to show how high we are.
I'm as high as a kite at the moment. And what's this one? Is this the petrol gauge?
Yes. It's on E.
What does that stand for?
Empty. Oh, I think we're going down.
Oh no! No, I can't die. I'm too beautiful to die. Oh, no. Oh, please, before we hit the ground, get hold of my joystick. Oh! And that was my dream. Vacuous, wasn't it? Now it's that time of night for a cereal. And I don't mean Sugar Puffs. I don't mean Fruit Loops. I mean Weetabix. Because it's time for...
All this and Rocky, too.
Do you remember what happened in last night's episode?
No.
Neither do I. But meanwhile, on Uranus, Doctor Who helps Riff Raff and Magenta repair the Minogatron nipple blaster.
Can you repair it, Doctor?
Well, if I stick my sonic screwdriver in it, maybe. Riffy, look, a spaceship is landing.
The mean high-tech rocket lands slowly on the planet, and the steel door opens.
Oh, good Lord. It's the Daleks.
Exterminate! 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 Who are they, Doctor? And what do they want?
You're listening to Hot Hips 3XY. Yes, that's right, survey. It's 3XY, and this is the Franknfurter Radio Show. And now, our story continues.
Dr. Scott's disabled car was speeding toward Brad and Janet's downtown apartment.
Okay, get out, all of you.
Look, keep your voice down. You'll wake the baby. Not to mention the neighbors.
What neighbors? A baby? Brad, you have a baby?
No, Janet has, stupid. Hey, Janet, we've got visitors. Guess who's coming to dinner?
How will Janet cope when she realizes that Frank is the father of her baby? Will the Daleks get what they want? How much more of this drivel do we have to listen to? If they keep this up, I'll be asking for a pay rise.
Amazing. Brilliant. What a work of art. I can't wait till tomorrow night for more of...
All this and Rocky, too.
Time for the Climax Line. Your chance to ring me with your little problems. And have we any calls, Greg?
Have we got some calls, Frankie? Yes, the switchboard's just gone absolutely spastic. Here's your first call right now.
Hello?
Hey, Frank. Hey, you're beautiful, Frank. Michael Gudinski, Mushroom Records. How you doing?
I thought you were angry with me, Michael.
No, I'm not angry with you. You're great. You're beautiful. Look, I've been thinking about it, Frank. Your show's so good, you know, and the song, the Kylie song. I'd like for you to record that for us, Frank. You know, Mushroom Records. We're #1 with that. We'd like to follow it up. Have you singing about your nipples on a record. What do you
mean
think,
Kylie's
Frank?
nipples?
You're beautiful, Frank.
Oh, yes. Would I have to wear a blonde wig or something?
Yeah, blonde wig, a little dress. We'll get a bubble bath
Little night
happening,
dress.
you know. It'll be a great video, Frank. What do you think? You're beautiful, baby. I love your show.
No, I haven't got the tits for it. Have we any more calls?
Yeah, look, it's Mr. Wilson here again.
Oh, Willie.
Look,
this time.
Actually, a lot of things have happened since I spoke to you last because I'm now the president of the Kylie Mole fan club. And, look, we've had a little bit of a confab at the office there, and we've all got together and we've decided that we hate that Nipple Song, you see? And we're going to have a bit of a forum about it. We're going to get some letters together and make a bit of a formal protest because I think it's disgusting. My daughter thinks it's all right. She was in her room the other night with her boyfriend, and I hate to think what was going on in there, but look, I do have one question for you. Look,
And what's that, Willie?
well, look, I went down the shop the other day, and you know the high heels that you wear? I couldn't get anything bigger than a 9. Maybe you could help me?
And let's have another call. Thank you.
What is democracy, Frank?
I've no idea.
200 years ago, we were convicts. Nothing's changed. We're still letting other people tell us what to do.
Is that you, Brian Swallow?
Yes, it is. It's time to get involved, Frank. It's time to get involved. What do you think of one vote, one value, protection of our basic democratic freedoms, and recognition of Aboriginal Australians as starters for changes to our Constitution?
Absolutely, Brian. I totally
Time to
agree.
get involved, Frank.
Absolutely.
Get involved.
I totally agree, Brian. What was he talking about? Let's take yet another call. Hello?
Hello.
That's interesting.
Look, I've got a little bit of a thing I'd like you to maybe sort of bounce off me. Look, what I'm actually after is a one-legged girl. And her name's got to be Eileen. And, you know, like, what I'd like her to do is like a one-legged tap dance in crotchless knickers. Or should I say legless knickers. And, look, this is Dial of Fantasy, isn't it?
I know. It's the Franknfurter Radio Show on Hot Hips 3XY.
Same thing.
Well, that was pretty lame, wasn't it? Here's a little bit of information. What's worse than Grease on Olivia Newton-John? Come on, Eileen.
Call here for you. It's a Kylie phone call. A little surprise, yes, so pick up the phone and take it away.
Hello. Is that Kylie Mole?
Yes, right. And that?
You're the little schoolgirl, aren't you, on the comedy show?
Yeah. Yeah, it's right.
What are you doing to yourself there, Kylie?
What's that?
What are you doing to yourself there?
I'm just talking to all the kids that are saying that about things that really matter and that.
Oh, I see. I thought you might be playing with your knickers underneath your school desk.
Oh, no, well, that's the boys and that.
Oh, I see. So, Kylie, were you named by any chance after that other famous Kylie Minogue?
No, because she was named after me, because, see, I was called Kylie first, but guess what? She's so fantastic, I just love her and everything, and we've got the same birthday and everything. I mean, well, my birthday wasn't the same as hers, but I had mine changed so I could have the same birthday.
That's fantastic. So you're a real Kylie Minogue fan, are you?
Oh, she's just so fantastic. And guess what? You know how last week about the Moomba thing, about her and Joe Pearson and that? Oh, I just couldn't stand that, because she wouldn't have started that bitch fight. It would have been Joe Pearson, because she's so old. She's like 25 or something.
Yeah, that's right, yes. Well, did you know, Kylie, that if you hold up Kylie Minogue's record cover to the light, there's a picture of her in a nightie on the record cover, and if you hold it up to the light, you can actually make out one of Kylie Minogue's nipples. Did you know this?
Oh, yeah, that's really often that, you know, because I don't reckon she'd go in the nude, you know, the truth reckons and that.
You don't think she has nipples, Kylie?
You reckon she does?
She might not. Maybe she hasn't got any.
I don't know, because she's really nice, because I've seen her and everything. Well, I didn't actually see her. Well, what happened was, I was nearly introduced to her, because she comes up to me and she just goes. Couldn't believe it. It's so fantastic.
Listen, Kylie, do you find you get a lot of propositions wearing that schoolgirl uniform?
Yeah, all the time. It's really ice and everything.
Yeah.
I just walk down the street and all these old guys come up to me and I just kick him.
I suppose they want to spank you or something, do they?
Yeah, it's really hard. I just make heaps of extra pocket money in that. And you know your voice in that?
Yes.
How do you get it down so deep?
Well, you have to do it with the diaphragm, darling.
Diaphragm?
You have to...
Oh, man, it's good.
More powerful than Old Spice Uranus. Able to leap up in the air and fall down again. He's a fag. He's in drag, but he's no dad. It's the Franknfurter Radio Show, and here's Franky.
Oh, hooray for me. Oh, what a night. Oh, I can't wait to do the show tonight. What's happening?
Oh, you're that man talking. Yeah, you.
There's a bite on the spiker manager. I'll just listen to your bloody
That's
show.
right, Mike.
Now, listen, Mike. What happened to the windy castle effects and the Dracula joke? We didn't expect it. Bill, now get him out of the studio.
Put him down.
Huggy, save me. Huggy, please stop.
Come on, leave him. Take him away.
Protect me.
Come on. Stick of the rating.
Oh, dear. Thank God for Huggy. Oh, he's such a chivalrous person. He protected me, and he's locked all those awful people out of the studio. They're still fighting down the corridors, but we're safe in here down in the depths of 3XY for some more Franknfurter Radio Show. And now, I'm going to go to do something a little more gentle, tell you about a rather nice dream I had the other night. I was on the beach at Bali with Kylie Minogue, and it went like this. Kylie, oh, you're wearing that white nightie you wear on your record cover. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, yeah, take me. Oh, down in the waves. Ooh, this is like that David Bowie clip. Ooh, yes. Oh, the water's all going up between my legs. Oh.
Okay, listen, I got the camera here. Listen, can you just
Who are you? What do you want?
Photographer. Can you...
Oh, no, Kylie, we've been sprung.
Put your chin up a little bit there.
We're going to be on the front page of the Truth.
And your hand on the breast.
What a nightmare.
Great.
Oh, no.
Great shot. Okay.
And that was my dream. Risque, wasn't it? Who's that? Come in. Keep them back, Huggy. You're all right. Huggy's protecting me, stopping the riot single-handedly in the corridor. But don't worry, I'm safe in here, because it's time for the cereal. And I'm not talking about breakfast cereals either. I'm talking about...
All this and Rocky, too.
As you remember, in last night's episode, Frank was about to meet his son, and Riff Raff, Magenta, and Doctor Who were surrounded by Daleks.
Look, you stupid lumps of metal. Stop pointing those sink plungers at me. We're in a bit of a hurry.
President. Yeah, well, all right.
Oh, get stopped. Come on, Magenta. Let's make a run for it.
But what about me?
Tough luck, Doctor. Thanks for repairing our spaceship.
So Riff Raff and Magenta escaped in the Monogotron Nipple Blaster. And as it took off, it turned from a dusty brown to a hot pink and then a lurid purple as it sped from Uranus.
Radio show, gutter radio at its best. And now, our story continues.
Meanwhile, back on Earth, Frank meets his offspring.
Oh, he's divine. He's mine.
I beg your pardon?
Can't you see the likeness? And look at the tattoos, Brad.
Oh, well, maybe if you untie me, I'll be able to have a look.
Talk to me, baby. Talk to me.
I'm just a sweet transvestite.
Transsexual.
Why does Frank's baby sound like he's been snorting helium? Why do the Daleks sound like they've got throat cancer? And where is Dr. Scott? Tune in tomorrow night for...
All this and Rocky, too. Terrible. I love it. Time for the ever-popular Climax Line. Your chance to ring me and talk to me in person, Franknfurter, on his very own show. Thanks, 3XY. And Greg, have we any calls?
Yes, Frankie, we've got a brand new switchboard in. We blew the other one up, so here's your first call.
Hello?
Hey, mate, what do you reckon? You know, it's great having a break between shows like this.
Man, I felt being a wife of mine, mate.
Yeah, Justin, mate. You what?
Well, I got her out of the kennel now, mate. She's now, we now got her in the cupboard under the stairs, mate. She does a bit of cooking and cleaning and stuff,
just
mate.
bring her out for a bit of a bonk every now and then.
Is this cross line, mate?
I can hear something else on the other.
Somebody... Who's listening in, mate? It's Franknfurter listening in. I can hear all your smutty talk. Go away. Any more calls? Thank you.
All right, if you want to do the job and bust around, we got the sound. 850 wheeling pounds of sound. We got more bounce to the ounce. Here's another knockdown 1950. This is going to take you high. Right up there in the sky. Up there where the air is rare and the seagull steps going to make you flap your wings and do crazy things. Get your kicks from those lovely chicks. If you're on the move, if you're on the groove, if you want to get it on, get up that night. This is the thing, the real thing, the ring-a-ding-ding. I am the king, and that's a fact. Hey, Frankie, suck on that.
Okay. Any more? Hello?
Yeah, mate, listen, I'm ringing up from Box Hill. Actually, I got a few of my mates around. Listen, I want to ask you this thing. You know how you did that thing, I Can See Your Nipples?
Yeah.
Well, me and the boys are having a bit of a chat down at the footy club, and, yeah, mate. And what we thought we might do is say, you should say, the sequel, you know, just for the next one out.
Follow-up record.
Yeah, I Can See Your Map of Tassie. I Can See Your Map of Tassie.
Oh, Huggy, what's happening? The riot's still going on. Oh, no.
Just close it. Keep the door shut. Keep those guys back here.
Oh, sorry, listeners. Back to normality. And one more call, please. Thank you.
Yeah, look, hello, look, it's Mr. Wilson here again. Now, look, I know that you're there. I know that you're at the station now, and quite frankly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down there with the Kylie Mole fan club now and the Girl Guide troop, and we're going to hold you, mate. We're going to get you. We're waiting for you, mate. We're going to be there. So just watch your P's and Q's, fella, because I'm coming down there right now.
Oh, imagine being beaten up by Girl Guides. What a wonderful fantasy. Huggy will be pleased. Hey, Huggy, there's some Girl Guides coming down to make it a bit more pleasant for you. Okay.
What are the cottontails, Frankie?
This is the Franknfurter Radio Show. Okay, we've got Johnny Young on the line. Yes, Johnny Young of Young Talent Time.
Lovely to speak to you, Franknfurter, or do I call you Danny Franknfurter?
No, call me Franknfurter.
Okay.
No aliases on this show.
Okay.
All right, now, there's one question that's really been bugging me, Johnny. The time warp. You did the time warp on your show, I think it was a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
What happened to the pelvic thrust?
Well, look, you know, we're dealing with children here. Do you know what I mean? And the most tricky part that we have is when the kids are in rehearsals, they do the whole thing. They do all the pelvic thrust.
I can imagine.
And we all throw our hands up in the air and say, no, and that's not the way it has to be done. And the kids say, well, you know, we saw Rocky Horror, and
that's the way it's done.
That's the way it's done, and it's true, isn't it? Because it's a dance routine that's almost a bit like Blues Brothers, isn't it?
It's classic. It's classic.
Classic.
I'm sure everyone at home was doing a pelvic thrust anyway.
Yes, so for the fans, they'll just have to imagine that the kids do know how to do it, but it just wasn't quite right for Young Talent Time.
Not little girls wearing leotards, no.
Absolutely.
Or boys, for that matter. So tell me, do you all go out for a McDonald's after you finish the show?
Actually, it's interesting because we do a lot of work together. It's sort of like a second family for me. I've got a total of 14 kids altogether, 4 of my own, and then the 10 from the team. And usually after we finish the show on Saturday night, because we do it between 6:30 and 7:30, by the time we wrap up and get our makeup off, it's about 8 o'clock, and we just all go home and crash into bed. And what I usually do is sit back and watch the show back with the production team, and, you know, we have a couple of glasses of lemonade and
and maybe a fillet of fish.
Fillet of fish, yes. And
do any of the boys have quarter pounders?
Pardon?
Do any of the boys in the team have quarter pounders?
Look, I
I've never weighed. You're an animal. You're an animal. You're an animal. You're an animal.
Yes, I am an animal, Johnny. We're on Franknfurter's night ride on Hot Hips 3XY. Thank you, Huggy. Yes, we've got it down already. Thank you. Ooh, George Michael's coming. Or maybe he's just breathing heavily. And while you're listening to George, think of this. You can go down to the Palais tonight if you're at a loose end and see me and all my friends at the Rocky Horror Party. And, of course, John Justin will be there. Isn't he cute? Not as cute as George Michael.
Yeah, Russell 303 and City West 206 are in attendance at the last act right outside the XY station. Made a couple of arrests here. Got a bloke by the name of Mr. Wilson. Looks a bit strange. He's got apparently size 9 high heels on. What's going on down there? Yeah, of course, there's a whole group of people here, VKC. We've got girl guides. We've got a lady by the name of Mrs. Minogue. She's got the size D falsies on, mate. And a fellow reckons he's called Paul Dainty. Another fellow who made an arrest there, Steve Pidley. He reckons he's from Beat Magazine. Could be a bit of a problem. Might have to get the duty officer down. I've got another... well, look, stand by. I'll give you a sit rep. I think we've got enough units here. We've got another bloke who's in the back of the van now. Tubby little fella, Craig Huggins, he said his name was, worked at the place. Could be a bit of a problem.
He's wounded them all up,
yeah, we've got them all. It was a real mess down here. Look, at this stage, I think we do have enough units. We have got one absconder, though. The description is as follows. It's male. We think it's a male anyway, about 6 foot tall, in heels, apparently, dressed in a transvestite type of clothing. Stand by, mate. I see a spaceship taking off from the back of the station here. I can't believe this. Here, VKC, I suggest to get Air 490, the air wing down here.
Remember, Earthlings, please remember this. If the whole world's after you, run!
Yes, I'm still here. They didn't catch me. Oh, Huggy, you were such a knight in shining armor. I can't thank you enough. In fact, Huggy, I bought you a little present. I bought you two girlies. Two ladies of the night. We're going to look after you. Perform little favors for you. This is Tanya. Whiplash. And this is Sexy Sax.
Hello. Hi.
So maybe, girls, you'd like to take Huggy next door to the quiet studio next door and you can get down to it.
Don't worry, I'll tell you how it's going later.
Okay. I wish I could watch 3XY. Oh, listeners, well, Huggy's getting it together next door. I can tell you what happened to me last night. You remember the riot? Well, I got back to transsexual safely, and I was so tired after all the excitement, I went to sleep. And I had a dream. Yes, I had an awful dream. I dreamed that I had died. Oh, how awful. No, please. It didn't really happen, but it was a dream. And I dreamt that I was at the pearly gates of heaven. And this is how my dream went.
Franknfurter, this is God.
Why does God always have an American accent?
Franknfurter, for your doings on Earth, your sexual deviancy, your depravity, your support of pornography, and your comments about Kylie Minogue's breasts. You will be sent to hell, the fires of hell for eternity.
Goody. Does that mean I get to wear one of those skin-tight devil costumes like the girls in the Bananarama video?
No.
And that was my dream. Religious, wasn't it? I've just had my ear to the wall next door. Sounds like Huggy's really getting it on there. Ooh, I hope his mum doesn't find out. Okay, all right. It's time for a cereal. Yes, a proper cereal, because it's time for...
Elvis and Rocky, too.
In a garden in suburban Denton, a strange child plays with his mother's battery-operated massage device.
Oh, Brad, darling. I'm sorry, darling. Can it be true that Frank is my son's father?
This is beginning to sound like an episode of Neighbours.
Except mercifully it's shorter. Oh, Janet, we should make some more babies. Imagine, with your looks and my brains, they will be perfection itself.
Yes, but Frankie, darling, what if they had your looks and my brain?
Now, just hold on a minute.
What do you want, Brad?
I want you to...
In a not-so-far-flung corner of the galaxy, the Monogotron Nipple Blaster speeds back to Earth.
Magenta, switch on the space TV monitor. We have to locate the baby.
Okay, Riffy.
Your Majesty, no, not that.
I like it.
And you look like it's that show with Kylie Mole in it, isn't it?
Yes, I like to keep abreast of the plot.
Titillating, isn't it?
Yes, it's the sort of show that when they make a boob.
How many salacious tit jokes can we squeeze into this serial? For those of you with big memories who remember how it all started, maybe you could write to me at 3XY and tell me, because I've lost the plot. Maybe I'll have to tune in tomorrow night for...
This and Rocky 2. Dreadful.
The Climax Line. And have we any calls, Greg?
Yes, and we got some calls for you tonight, Frankie. Just pick up the phone and find out. Yeah, look, it's Mr. Wilson here. Look, I'm up at the City Watch House, and I've got one phone call, you see, and I'm really all right.
What are you doing there, Willie?
Well, I got arrested last night from that riot outside that 3XY radio station, and I don't know why they arrested me and not you, but anyway, look, I'm up here. I've got high heels on, and they've locked me in a cell with all these girl guides.
Well, you'll just be able to play with their toggles, won't you, Willie? Any more calls, please? Hello? Who's that?
Well, it's a...
Well, it's a who?
Well, it's 1 for money, 2 for show, 3 to get ready, now go!
Shut up. Another call, please.
Yeah, mate, listen, I'm ringing up from Box Hill again, mate. Look, I was thinking about going on a bit of a holiday, right?
The Tasmania again?
No, mate, not down to Tassie. I like those Map of Tassie jokes. They're pretty funny, too, mate. Me and the boys at the footy club love them. Anyway, listen, mate, I'm going to broaden my mind a bit, you know, and go to Paris.
Yes, Paris,
so I thought I might send you a French letter.
Oh, it gets worse and worse. How long can this go on?
Yes, it's Joyce Huggins here, Craig's mum.
Honoured to talk to you.
Yeah, well, I had a little bit of a problem with Craig at home, you see, like, well, lately he's changed a little bit ever since he's been working with you at that radio station, and...
You don't want to speak to him, do you, by any chance? Because he's a little bit tied up at the moment.
Oh, I hope not with bad women or anything like that.
Oh, no, of course not.
Well, you see, like, he's been getting into my underwear drawer, and he took Grandma's riding crop from underneath her bed, and he's been getting into things like punk records, you see. He used to be into such nice things like Creedence Clearwater Revival, and the Carpenters, and Pseudo Echo, and Cliff Richards, and Tom Jones, all those nice people.
Kylie Minogue.
Yes, I think you had a really bad effect on him, and quite frankly...
We certainly do. Patty, Lauren, Matthew, and myself are crowded around the radio because coast to coast, right around the universe, it's Don Lane on the Franknfurter Radio Show.
Ooh, hooray, goody. How's your show going, Don?
When are you going to fix up your stockings?
I like them just the way they are.
That sounds like a song title. You could go with that if you wanted to. How are you?
I'm very good, Don. Listen, Don, I've just got to say that the wonderful colour scheme of your set, is my television adjusted properly, or is it, in fact, orange and brown?
Well, it is sometimes, and sometimes it changes color. They do a lot of backlighting on the thing, and they like to change it from time to time, so they, they play around with it a lot. So it allows us that scope to be able to do it, you know?
Sure, yes, sure. And have you been getting rave reviews for your show?
Well, we've had very, very good reactions. I don't think there would be rave reviews.
They're scum, the critics, aren't they, Don? Anyway, who listens to them? I don't.
I don't think I would have exactly put it that way, but the scum is a good word.
And tell me, Don, when are you going to be doing a Swan Lager commercial?
Well, I don't think they'd ask me that, because I'm not really an Aussie. I never get asked to Aussie things. Isn't that weird? At 23 years in this country, and I probably paid as much tax as anybody, and yet I never get invited to Australian things.
No,
I don't know why, but it would be nice. A Swan Lager commercial would be... When are you going to get a Swan Lager commercial? That'll put it on the map.
The map of Tasmania you were talking about.
No, that'd be wonderful. This one's made for you.
Now, Don, tell me this. There's a lot of rumors going around. What is the real relationship between you and Bert Newton?
Well,
yes.
We were secretly married in Rio in 1978, and we had a child.
Yes.
But no one talks about it.
A transvestite child?
Yes, absolutely.
I know about those.
We're raising him to probably take over the lead in the Rocky Horror Show.
I won't let him. It's mine.
And just one last question, Don. We have a segment on the show called the Climax Line where people ring in.
Hang on, I'm not going to do that to anybody.
No. It's a line.
You mean?
People ring in and tell me their little sexual problems. I just wondered if you had any pet perversions of your own.
Yes. Yes, I have this terrible problem. Night and day, I'm in a constant state of arousal, and I don't know what to do about it.
I know. I found that most people spend at least 99.9 of the days thinking about sex, Don. It's amazing they've got time to watch television or listen to radio shows, really.
That's very true. But what the heck? I mean, they're all diversions from our real life, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yes.
What is normality?
I'll work it out one day.
It's orange and brown, Don.
That's right.
Oh, isn't he a good sport? Don, thanks. I didn't get to ask you about your other little sexual perversions. I can hardly say it these days. I say it so often. Stop it. Polaroids. Aren't you going to send me any? Talking of naughty things, Polaroids. Send them to me. I don't mind if you send me a picture of yourself or even your pussy or your dog. I don't care. All right. Let's have another Kylie. Why hasn't she picked up the gauntlet and come on the Franknfurter Radio Show? You're young. You're hip. Do it, Kylie. This is the radio station 3XY where we give things away. What a bargain. If you ring 11515, you can win a free Albottom. And you can either win Johnny Young's Young Talent Time record, which I'm sure will be top of the pile of your collection, or somebody else called Richard Marx or something, a preeminent American star who I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot more from. Okay, Huggy, are you there? Oh, Huggy. Oh.
Thanks, Frank.
Oh, that's all right, Huggy. Well, Tanya, mistress of the Whiplash, how much do I owe you?
Well, it's usually around about $500, but because he couldn't actually rise to the occasion, we'll call it $10 for the taxi.
Oh, quite right, Huggy. You do have a nice girlfriend of your own. Such a wholesome boy. Okay, well, it's that time of night. I've got to get into the spaceship. Go. Yes, I've got to go. But remember this, Earthlings. If you can't get it up at night, try again in the morning. Don't dream it. Be it. I don't have these ideas more often. Okay, have we got everything packed, Greg? Have we got the thermos? Yep. And the cucumber sandwiches? Yep. And Craig, have we got the OD van?
We got the OD van and 100 cars with blue lights following.
That's all right. It's good. It's all good publicity. Come on, let's all go out of the studio. Ooh, bring the microphones. That's it. Through the doors. Hi. Say hi to the receptionist. We'll be back later. We're going to do something outrageous on the streets of Melbourne. Let's go to inflations. Come on, get in the van. Oh, no, I sit in the front, Greg. You have to sit in the back. Sorry. Okay. Craig, you'll just have to sit on Greg's knee. That's it. Oh, it's dark, isn't it? There's a lot of people around, too. Wednesday night, and the place is rocking. Oh, there's inflation. Stop the van. Okay, everybody out. Oh, I'm feeling outrageous. I feel like disco dancing. I wonder if they're playing my song in the disco. We'll see. Excuse me, yes, we're from the Rocky Horror Show. Can we come into your club, please?
No, I'm sorry, mate. We have a standard address on a Wednesday night, and you don't fit into it. I'm very sorry. You'll have to go somewhere else.
Well, what's wrong with the way I'm dressed?
Well, we dress outrageously here at Inflation on a Wednesday night, and you don't really fit the picture, I'm sorry.
Hello, sweetie. This bloke giving you any trouble out here, right?
You're a square.
No, fine, mate.
Don't push me.
Don't call me a square, pal. Now, don't get on with me, mate. Just walk back in the car.
Get back in the car, mate. Don't start, all right?
Jesus, I hate these queens when they get like that.
Well, I suppose we could go to the Palais, but there'll be nobody there. Oh, Craig, scared at us. He's driven off in the OD van. What are we going to do? We're going to have to walk now. Okay, come on, Greg.
Hold hands.
Hello. Not interested. What's this? Lygon Street.
Hello, mate.
Exotic people. Colour life. Thank God for Lygon Street. I want to take the weight off my high heels. Sit down and...
Sit down, mate.
Give me a long black, will you, waiter?
Sorry, what you want?
A long black, please.
What, you want coffees or what?
Long black. Just what you say in Lygon Street. I have a long black.
Long black or what?
That's the trouble with being Franknfurter, you know. Everyone always thinks you're saying something sexy when all you want is a cup of coffee.
Oh, cup of coffee, mate. I know what. You want pizza with that, mate?
Ridiculous.
Fellas in the footy, Victoria's leading Western Australia by 30 points. Gotta go.
Oh, I'm so full of McDonald's, I can hardly get into my corset. Girls and boys, it's terrible. I feel like Gordon Chater.
A mixed view.
A mixed view.
I'm back. Where do you want to go?
Oh, just take us anywhere. Just take me away from McDonald's. Oh, look, Craig, look. Oh, look. Just ahead there, there's crowds and crowds of people. And bright lights. That looks exciting. I wonder what's happening there.
Comedy theatre.
Oh, look. Yes, it's the Comedy Theatre and the Rocky Horror Show. All the people waiting to get tickets for the shows. Oh, sorry, Pat. I'm doing my radio show now. See you tomorrow at the show. Okay.
On your airways for the 3D radio show with death, depravity, decadence, and deceit. I know that's 4, but who cares? Yes, folks, it's that time of the night for the Franknfurter Radio Show, and here's Franky.
Hello, Groovers. Hello, everybody. Hello, Huggy. Huggy, where are you? Where's everyone gone? Hello? Hello, is anyone there? Come on, I need a cup of coffee or something. Where's everybody gone? The station's deserted. I'm here all alone. All alone with just a silly tape recorder of a voiceover man.
Hiya, Franky. Hiya, Franky. Hiya.
Oh, they've left me alone. Why? Why have they done this? A note. I found a note, listeners. What does it say? Dear Franky, none of us are allowed to work with you anymore. I'm fed up of being humiliated on your stupid show. Kind regards, Huggy. P.S. You're not allowed to play your Nipple Song. What's happened? This is the end of the world. The first radio show that depicts the end of the world. It's heartbreaking. I've just realized if I'm alone here at 3XY and they've all gone away somewhere to think what they're going to do about my show, I can do whatever I like. Yes, I can say all those naughty words like bottoms and titties and all those other things like Uranus. Oh, my God, I can't believe it. I feel so liberated. Ooh, I think I might just take my clothes off as well. Why not? Ooh, I'm slipping my panties down. You do the same thing at home. Have you got your Polaroids ready? Ooh, yes. Ooh, nipple, nipple, nipple. Oh, what fun. Ha-ha, I'm free at last. Free. Oh, I'm sorry. Who are you? Oh, someone's just come in. Just hold on. Excuse me. I'll just pull my panties off.
Yes, I'm the cleaner, mate. Just got my feather duster out here. Do you mind if I just sort of do a little bit of dusting here?
You want to tickle my fancy or something?
Yes, you look a bit strange there, fella. What's the story?
I don't suppose you're still sort of up to it, are you?
Oh, no, me and the wife have been together a long time now.
There's nobody here, you see. I mean, is there anything going on underneath those old overalls of yours?
Yeah. Maybe I could get a little bit of a stirring in my loins.
Let's sling a record on and see what you're up to, shall we?
A little bit of a tickle.
It's quite good for his age. I'm glad that somebody's listening to me, because I'm sitting here in deserted Hot Hips 3XY, all on my own, except for a geriatric cleaner who sort of passed out after our last little effort at titillation. Oh, so I better tell you about my dream. Oh, I had an awful dream the other night. It went like this. Hello, this is the Right Reverend Franknfurter, TV Evangelist, and I want you all to honor your mother, do the right thing by everybody, and give me lots of money. Okay, now it's time for TV confessions. And yes, can we have our first sinner? Would you like to kneel down, please? Now, what are your sins? Hold on a minute, I haven't done the Latin bit yet. I love the Latin bit. Dominus sit in corde tuit, in labitus tuis, ut vere tut milita confitearis applicata tui, in nomine Patri, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Now go for it.
Oh, I love it when you talk dirty. Actually, look, I have been a lady of the night.
Yes.
And, well, my sins is I've been selling my body for money for men, and
see why?
Well, they've asked me to do unmentionable things, like I had to dress up as a nun in suspenders. I was kind of hoping that you could offer me some form of
Let me just
redemption.
Put my hand on your chest, and I'll scrub your black soul clean.
Yes, feel my heart pounding.
Yes. Absolution. Yes. Ooh. And down a bit. Yes.
A little bit wet there.
Ooh, maybe you'd like to help me with a resurrection or two. Oh, my God. We're on television. I've been discovered. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm just human like everyone else. Actually, I'm an alien, but don't tell anyone. I'm just human, and I couldn't help it. I'm sorry. Please don't take me off the television. Please don't stop giving me money. And that was my dream. Stupid, wasn't it? Muesli time. I mean cereal time. Because it's time for...
All this and Rocky, too.
No one in their right mind can remember what happened last week.
Absolutely.
Precisely.
Right.
Meanwhile, on board the Minopatron Nipple Blaster, Riff Raff and Magenta have just finished watching episode 5692 of Neighbours. Thankfully, there is a commercial break.
Dark, isn't it?
I can't stand any more of this garbage. I'll make a cup of tea, Riffy. Have you got any tea bags? No, Riff, but I've got my carefree.
Meanwhile, on Earth, Brad was not feeling at all carefree.
You mean to say that baby is yours, you fiend? Yes. He's the apple of my eye, my iwi lamb. You mean he's the fruit of your loins? Here's my loin of lamb, my apple pie. Oh, just shut up, the pair of you. I'm talking apples, Janet, not pears. Janet's got a nice pear. Oh, thank you, Brad, darling. She's sure fine looking, man. She's something else. Sounds like a cue for a song. And Rocky, too. That was the worst episode I've ever heard, and wasn't it great? Oh, I don't know how I can cope here on my own. I don't know how these DJs do it, all these records and things. Oh, they've all got holes in them. Oh, might find a use for those later on. What's it time for now? Nobody's here to tell me anything. Oh, I know. It must be time for the Climax Line. How am I going to do it? I've got it on tape. Hold on.
Yes, Frankie, the switchboard's gone berserk, and here's your first call.
Right. Hello, Franknfurter here.
Oh, yeah, look, mate, it's Mr. Wilson here.
Willie, it's so nice to hear your voice.
Yeah, well, I don't like it when you get close to me like that. Listen, anyway, look, I'm out of jail now. I got bailed, and it was really an interesting experience, and they let me tell you, and, you see, what I've been doing is I got all the sports uniforms from the girl guides and put them in a big pot, you see, and...
well, you're doing the laundry for
well,
them,
yeah, a little bit like that, see, and what I've actually done since you've had this effect on me, I've made up some girl guide soup, you see, and I'm going to... Yeah, well, I'm going to put it in, like, flasks and sell it to the guys out at H Division. They reckon it's great.
Oh, Willie, why don't you come down to the studio and keep me company? You sound like you've gone all groovy.
What do you mean? There's no one down there?
There's no one here, just me.
You mean it's just going to be you and me, fella?
A little private party, Willie.
I'll be right down there.
I can't wait. Any more calls? Hello?
Oh, hiya. Mr. Franknfurter.
Hello, are you one of our Japanese friends?
Hello. Mr. Franknfurter, got good information for you. I have sold my Tokyo bedsheet, and with all the money I got now, I own half of Turaxi.
Oh, how nice for you.
I want to start McSushi restaurant.
McSushi, yes,
yeah,
I see.
Australian like the taste of raw fish, I see. So what I'm going to do now is get involved and stand in local erection.
Local what?
Yeah, get involved in parliament.
Local what are you going to stand for?
Erection. I'll go get erection.
Go away. Oh, disgusting. I didn't understand what he was saying. Oh, okay. Have we any more calls? I'm doing everything myself here. I like doing everything myself. Okay, let's take another call. Hello?
Oh, yeah, mate, look, I'm ringing up from Box Hill again.
Hi.
Hey, I got one for you, mate. What's the difference between Franknfurter and a Rolls Royce?
I don't know.
Not everyone's been in a Rolls Royce.
What is he talking about? Let's take another call. Hello?
Yeah, a Franknfurter?
Yes, me.
You're a big pig.
Okay, you've got it. In here, even the cleaner's gone home now. I do hope Willie Wilson comes down to keep me company. Let's take another call. I need some company. Hello?
Yeah, look, mate. Great to have a night off, eh?
You're great having a night off, mate.
All right, Justin.
He's got to do it on his own.
Yeah, no.
He's got a night in a hotel, mate. I've brought the Filipinos along, mate.
You got three now, mate.
Oh, I thought I might as well get the whole catalogue, mate.
That video catalogue, mate. They're great.
Yeah, I took them out in the garden, had them all holding their drinks.
You're lucky, mate. What are you doing?
Station manager wants one. I might do it on my own.
Yeah, you know.
Can you hear something? Somebody's listening, mate. Another cross line.
Yes, I'm listening in. It's Franknfurter. The Right Reverend Franknfurter. Go away, Greg and Justin. I don't need you.
I hate cross lines.
On Hot Hips 3XY because all the staff have deserted me. They don't want anything to do with me. I'm an untouchable. But I'm bored, babies. I'm so bored. In fact, I'm so bored. I'll even contemplate ringing up Molly Meldrum. Yes, let's do that. It might give us a laugh or two at his expense. Hello, Molly. Is it true you're starting a hair restoration clinic in Richmond?
Yes, there is.
It is?
Yes.
Is that going to be...
Actually, no, that's not true. It's actually called a hat restoration.
A hat restoration?
Yes.
I see.
Yes, Frankfurter.
So you've gone commercial, Molly.
Yes, gone commercial.
Gone to Channel 9. Chasing the bucks.
No, not at all.
No?
Just keeping them away from my door.
Oh, yes. Talking of that, Molly, why were there always so many boy bands on the show in Countdown? I mean, there was lots of girls in the audience, but there were always lots and lots of boys. I mean, I hear some of them bent over backwards to get on Countdown. Is this true?
No, not at all. No. I mean, like, you see, with you, Frankfurter, you find it very hard to distinguish between what is boys and what is girls.
Oh, I see.
We had the Sharon O'Neill.
They were all transvestites.
Well, I'm not about to say that. I'm just simply saying that there were a lot of girls, you know, like, I mean, Madonna. I mean, you couldn't exactly say Madonna is a transvestite, could you?
No, that old fag hag. No, she's not a transvestite. So when you shaved your head, Molly, which I thought was maybe a religious act or something, is it true that you then took up a contract in Sweden to model condoms?
No. That was actually in Austria.
Oh, I see. Yes. You must have felt a bit of a dickhead doing that, Molly.
Oh, I did. Absolutely.
Is your head small enough to get a condom over, or did you happen specially made?
Yes, Yes, you can get them in all sizes. You must realise that.
Yes. Oh, I know. I'm always pushing a condom.
Mind you, considering you do it every night on stage, I should certainly hope you use one. Safe sex.
Absolutely.
Excuse me.
Sex and condoms go together now.
We can't have you sort of doing that, publicly and sort of not use a condom. What will people think?
Absolutely. And that's why I can get away with saying it on the air these days. Haven't times changed?
They certainly have.
But Molly Meldrum hasn't. Still as boring as ever. I don't think I'll call him again. Someone at the door. Hello?
Oh, Mr. Wilson, am I going to have to wait for you outside?
Oh, I'm sorry, Willie. You're too late. You'll have to go home again. Maybe next, I don't know, couple of days' time or something.
Just like you to stand me up, fella.
Oh, hell hath no fury like a wowser scorned. Okay, it's time for me to go, Earthlings. I've got to go. I'll just stick on the tape. Hold on.
Don't go, Frankie! Frankie, don't!
No, I must. I've got to go. And remember, Earthlings, silence is golden. Don't dream it, be it. And hopefully you'll tune in tomorrow night for the Franknfurter Radio Show on Hot Hips 3XY. Hot Hips 3XY, and it's the Franknfurter Radio Show. And now our story continues.
Not so far away, in a rose garden, Frank is breastfeeding his baby.
Suck on that, baby.
Good God, Frankie. I can see your nipples.
You mean my nipples?
Now listen, you know you're not allowed to sing that song.
I'll sing what I want, honey.
And so we must leave our cereal until all the sissy, scaredy cat, cowardy custard radio programmers at 3XY have the good taste to allow the Nipple Song to be heard.
Nipple.
Until then, we'll keep making the tit jokes on...
All this and Rocky, too. Gordon chases all over the studio. Oh, he's dripping off everything. How disgusting. Oh, horrible. Oh, I'm sorry, listeners. I didn't know that was going to happen. Time for the Climax Line. Your chance to ring me with your little sexual problems. And have we any calls, Greg?
Have we got any calls, Frankie? The switchboard lights are flashing, and I'll patch the first one through to you right now.
Hello, Franknfurter here.
Yeah, look, mate, it's Mr. Wilson here. Now, look, quite frankly, I've been a little bit off the track lately because of the effect that you've had on me.
Oh, no,
but I must admit, I was going through my daughter's bedroom the other day, and I noticed that she'd scratched some information down on the blotting paper there about sending in pornographic photos to you at the station. Now, quite frankly, what happened was she left that other little thing in the rubbish bin, and what can I say? I'm so upset.
You sound lost for words, Willie.
You better believe it.
You can send me a picture of yourself, too, okay? Any way you like, baby.
You're disgusting.
Okay, any more calls? Hello, Franknfurter here.
Could you tell me, is there something wrong with me? 'Cause I get a kick out of sitting in the corner tearing Band-Aids off cocoa tins and saying, ooh.
Disgusting. And we'll take another call. Hello?
Stanley, you've got to be kidding. Who did you get to do my voice like that? I can't. I can't appear in public saying all that thing. I'm going to sue you. You've got to cut that out. Now, cut that guy out. I don't want you're not to do it. I mean, you're my friend, apart from anything else. We work together. We can't have all that going on. Now, you've got to cut it out. I'm in a terrible state.
Gordon, you've done it again. Oh. Anyway, on with the show, and we've got time for just one more Climax Line. Can I take the call, please? Hello?
Yeah, look, it's Mr. Wilson here again.
Oh, not again. I'm going to hang up on you, Willie.
Well, I must admit, I've actually seen the light, and I think that there are some issues. Oh, what's that pain?
What's the matter, Willie? What are you doing to yourself? Oh, no. He's had a heart attack. Great. Bye-bye, Willie. Okay, now let's talk about a few things. Kylie Mole, we haven't talked about her for a few minutes. Kylie and Joe Pearson. That's the newsreader on the television. They're both battling to get the Queen of Moomba job. Well, I think they should forget about all of them and make me Queen of Moomba, Franknfurter, Mistress of the Galaxy, Queen of the Cosmos. 3XY being really boring. They're not letting me play my Nipple Song. Oh, they've got no taste at all. But I tell you what, there's a way around this. I'm going to put on the backing track now, and we can all sing along. But before I do that, why don't you ring in the daytime the program director of 3XY on, get your pens ready, girls and boys, 329-5777, and tell him that you want to hear the Nipple Song. And if enough of you say you want to hear it, we can put it back on again, and we can all sing along. But until then, here we go. Follow the bouncing ball. And then it's the word that rhymes with ripple. Oh, that's a titillation. That's all right. That's a word in the dictionary. We'll get away with that. I'm screaming. This is an ID for 3XY. Come on the radio. The Franknfurter Show. I'd like to play with you. I'm sure you'd like to too. All right. I can see your... I can see your... I can see your dandy-dandy. I can see your right now. Well, this is a bit about Bali now. That's all right. Kylie doesn't like to talk about it, but we don't mind. Yes, because memories are all in the mind. The light is getting hazy. That's what we did about it. Getting Polaroid. All right, come on the radio. All together, the Franknfurter Show. I'd like to play with you. I'm sure you'd like to. I could see you. I could see you. Right now, baby. I could see you. I could see you. Senses. Mind control. No, naughty. I'm getting a bit bored with this song now. Oh, but don't worry, we'll go on singing it because I know you love it at home. You look like you're starting to bend it on, doing pelvic thrusts in front of the mirror. And I'd like to say, all the switch here who haven't got the good taste to play my record, yes, but there are a few groovy people here. Gary's the man who puts the show together. Craig, who's sometimes with us, sometimes not, looking a bit tired today. My sidekick, Simon Westaway. What a man, what can I say? Hey, keep saying whatever you like. Brian Sparrow, the voice of his generation. They're all here and we're all singing along. Oh, this is like Live Aid all over again. Join your heads and let's go! See your Minogi. I can see you. Well, that was so moving. Oh, we've changed the world. With all that hammering. Haven't you finished that jacuzzi yet?
Sorry, mate. Come on now. Somebody order this purple carpet up.
All right, look, I'll tell you what, look, get it all done by the time I get back, because it's time for me to go now.
Oh, no,
yeah, no, I'm afraid I have to go.
Frankie!
Yes, I'm climbing aboard the spaceship.
Frankie!
And remember this, I can see your nipples. Country McPherson. Ooh, and it's snowing here, and the Red Guard are after me.
Where did he go? Let's try. Down back alley. Always go there. Always.
Oh, no, they're after me again. Oh, the Russian Guard. Oh, is that the phone again? Hold on, boys. Hello?
Are you here? Look, is that Franknfurter? This is Darth, station manager 3XY, mate. Look, look, I'm sorry to interrupt all your show and stuff like that, but look, we're a bit worried here, mate. We've given you a bit of a lead, you know. We let you get away with the old dirty jokes and stuff, you know, and we even played your Kylie Mole record a couple of times, but you're really getting off track now, mate. I mean, it's all this educational stuff, mate. It's not going to work, I can tell you. I've been in radio 30 years. It's not going to work, mate. Your scenarios are too wide, your vistas are too wide. You can't keep your listening audience in with this stuff, mate. You've got to go back to the format, give them a few dirty jokes, give away the albums, talk to Craig a bit more, you know, tie it all in a bit more.
Oh, well, all that might be true. But think of the songs. Tune to Hot Hips 3XY, the home of the Franknfurter Radio Show. But I'm back in time. I'm back in Russia at the revolution. Yes, because I'm feeling adventurous. Ooh, but let's talk about Kylie for a minute. I haven't talked about Kylie this show. And you know, somebody wrote to me the other day and said, come on, admit it, Franknfurter, you actually feel quite lustful for Kylie. And it's true, you know, listeners, I do. Somewhere deep in the back of my mind, I nurture a desire to meet Kylie and maybe have a romantic soiree at McDonald's with her or something. But anyway, enough of that. It'll probably never come true. She'll probably never talk to me ever again after all this. But, Kylie Minogue.
Ripple nipple off. That sounds Greek.
Oh, I love doing it Greek.
There's no Greeks on Uranus.
That's absolutely true. And talking of Uranus, do you know this? Do you know a lot of people, when I said Uranus on this show, you know, I've said it about, 5 or 6 times, I think, over the past few weeks. A lot of people thought that I wasn't talking about the planet Uranus, but I was talking about your anus. Thick, isn't it? If you didn't hear the beginning of this episode, you'll be totally confused. But don't worry, so am I, because I'm being chased by the Red Guard. But what's that? Oh, we've got time for just one more. Climax Line. Hello, Franknfurter here.
Yeah, mate, look, I'm ringing from Box Hill again. Look, when are you going to get back to the plot, mate? I mean, I was enjoying that bit about Russia.
Okay, all right, you've got it. Ooh, the guards are after me again. They've grabbed me. Ooh, they've been so rough. Ooh, so dominant. Ooh, they're dragging me away. Where are they taking me to? Oh, help.
Meanwhile, in downtown Moscow at the Winter Palace, Tsar Nicholas and his family are trying to find their daughter, Anastasia. Without success.
Oh, what are you doing? Where am I? Ooh, these marble floors are so cool on my knees.
Oh, I found her! Anastasia!
But I'm not Anastasia. I'm Franknfurter.
Oh, Frankenstasia? What is...
Oh, no. Help me! Help me! Dear listeners, I'm in a bit of a rough spot now. The Red Army have captured me, and they're going to murder me, I think, with the royal family. Ooh, 3XY can't even save me here. I'm stuck in Russia. Oh, what a cliffhanger. Oh, no, here we go.
Putting out the prisoners.
Putting us against the wall.
That's right, basement. Putting up against the wall. All right, here.
Yes?
Okay.
Yes?
Any last request before we shoot you, like blindfold? Cigarette?
No cigarette, thanks. I'm trying to give them up. But if you've got any sort of nice young chappies around, or young ladies in suspenders, or things... no.
Okay, all right. Good. Ready.
Will Frank and Stasia be murdered by the Red Army?
Hey!
Who knows? Who cares?
I do. So remember to tune in tomorrow night for the Franknfurter Radio Show on Hot Hip 3XY.
Vector in a galaxy of life. Do not adjust your radio. Remember, normality is a state of mind. Who is this strange persona, and what is his quest? You are tuned to the Franknfurter Radio Show, and once again, for the second last time, here's Frankie!
Let's go to the future. Let's forget the past. Through the powers of my transit crystal, I can see a million tomorrows. So sit back, listeners, relax, and let's take a journey into the unknown. Where is everything? I'm standing here on a desolate plain with the ruins of a city ahead. But there's nobody here. But hold on. What's that? Coming across the horizon at amazing speed. It's an android. It looks extraordinarily like Craig Huggins.
My name is CX1. I am an android.
Oh, very heavy metal we've got here. Android friend 3XY. And I'm stuck here with him, and he's so boring. I'm in the future, 200 years from now. And there's nothing here. Everything's gone. No McDonald's. No Daryl Lee. No Molly Meldrum. Not even any Kylie Minogue. What am I going to do? This could turn out to be a very boring episode. But hold on. What's that? There's something on the ground. Something's alive here at last. What is it? Yuck. It's a cockroach. Oh, no. Oh, there's more of them. There's a whole army of cockroaches. Oh, they're coming towards me. Go away. Go away. Oh. I've got cockies all over me.
Slowly and inexorably, the insect army overpowers our hero and drags his helpless body down into the dark bowels of the earth. So the last survivor of a forgotten race from a forgotten time, Franknfurter. Where's he going? Who knows?
He's a real nowhere man.
Oh, listeners, I'm being taken down a dark hole by lots and lots of cockies. Little cockroaches all over me. I'm in the future 200 years from now. And nothing's the same. There's only cockroaches. What's happened? Ooh, it's dark down here. Take him to the leader. Ooh, yes, take me to your leader. Ooh, look, there's a big black cocky there. A very big, long black cocky there. What's your name? Are you the leader of this pack of insects? Mandingo, it's you!
Frankie! Hey, it's good to see you, my man!
Ooh, you look a bit frightening like that. I liked you more when you were tall and big and long and black.
Well, things have changed. You know, we've been through life together, fall of Rome and so on. But listen, after the nuclear holocaust, the planet wasn't quite the same again. You see, man destroyed the Earth, man, and it was not so cool, you know what I mean? Like, the only species to survive was us cockroaches. You see, like, we've been around since the dawn of time, and, well, but anyway, forget about all that. We're great party. You got any requests, Frankie?
Have you got anything by the Beatles?
Don't mention that. I don't like the Beatles.
Oh, well, maybe we should do the cockroaches. No, we can't find anything of theirs we want to play. So let's have the Screaming Blue Messiahs and I Want to Be a Flintstone.
twilight song. A little baby sings song all on my own. I wander around with the twilight song. Baby play the song all on my own. Eno is my dinosaur. He came from the kitchen and he takes out the dog.
I hope I didn't kill too many of your brethren when I was disco dancing.
Oh, you just stepped on a few feet, that's all, but you're okay.
Oh, hold on. 3XY wants to say something. Yes? Yes? 3XY's bought my mail for me. He's kept it for me for, 200 years. Well done. I expect all the people who wrote this are dead now, but never mind. Let's have a look what we've got here. Oh, really, girls? You sent me more naughty lyrics to Kylie Minogue's song. And let's see what we've got here. This one's from Melissa Cook and Vicky Matthews, and they write, "We squeal like little piglets when we see you in your fishnets. You're parading all over the stage. We're writing you this letter because we've seen your great big... I'm sorry, girls. This is just getting too gross. You're going to have to sort yourselves out next week. We're going to get back to normality. We're creaming. Let us on the radio, the Franknfurter. I wouldn't dream of it. You're too dirty. Station manager would throw you out, and Shirl would want to take you into the studio and get your phone numbers and things. All right, what have we got here? More letters. Oh, one from Lisa, and it looks like Martio or something. Maybe they're some of our ethnic friends. Greetings and salutation, blah, 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 blah. Packet of Tim Tams and listening to your witty, deliciously kinky radio show. You have exemplary taste, girls. And what else we got here? Dear Frankie, we have nothing better to do than fantasize about you and your stockings and suspenders, so we decided to write you a little song. And how does their one go? I feel like a lover when I see your program cover. We come to see you on stage tonight. Blah, 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 blah. I'm screaming, I love the Rocky Horror Show. I can see your... What? 3XY, what are gonads?
The phone's ringing, the phone's ringing.
Oh, but it's time for the Climax Line. Your chance to ring me. There's no one here to ring me. Still, the phone's ringing. I'll see who it is. Hello.
Yes, it's Mr. Wilson here.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes, so it's the ghost of Mr. Wilson here.
Oh.
You realize that there are some good things about being a ghost?
What's that?
Well, I can go into my daughter's bedroom and...
You can go into your daughter's bedroom?
That's right, and I can put the willies up her.
I don't know what you mean, Mr. Wilson. Okay, let's take another call. Hello.
Hello, Frankie.
Hello, who's that?
It's Kylie Mole here.
Oh, Kylie.
Frankie, you're in the future and everything. You've got to tell me, did I win the gold lady?
Oh, Kylie, really? Kylie, there are more important things in life than the gold logie, you know.
Frankie, I'm just trying to keep abreast of the situation.
Oh, Kylie, don't talk to me about your breast. You know what it does to me. Oh, you know, I get all excited about your... Oh, I see. You want to keep abreast of things. Fine, okay. How long can we go on milking these tit jokes?
Forever.
Only 1.5 shows to go, fans.